The next speaker I've gotten to know myself. I ran, like I said, for governor last year, and I announced 2 years prior to that. And that takes a lot of stamina. We're talking about Donald Trump didn't even announce yet, and I already was running for governor. And I understand the pressure in the beginning from the establishment, and that Donald Trump's not the one. Grossman was talking before, who's running for Congress, about that timeline, about how many times they tried to knock Trump out. And I was running for governor the whole entire time. And my opponents at the time were Steve Rogers, which a lot of you know who he is, and he's running a great statewide thing for Trump, which we all got to start really pushing hard with. And another opponent I got to know, and I know that Hirsh has, he's a newcomer to politics. He's not somebody that's been in office for 20 million years. He's not establishment, but when I first met him on the campaign trail, I eyed him and I said, okay, are you Jack Ciattarelli or are you Kim Guindano, or you're not going to support Trump? And I watched him, and he was under a lot of pressure, and he didn't buckle. And he supports Trump, and we have everyone here supports Trump, and we need to make sure that we elect someone that is not going to stand against the president like this guy running for Senate, Hoogan. Okay, this guy has already said that he's going to distance himself from Trump, and that is not the way to go. And people last year, how did Kim Guindano work out for y'all? What do y'all think of Murphy? Thank the establishment for that one, okay? So with that being said, Hirsh got some endorsements. I don't know how the hell he pulled it off, because he was a pain in the ass, like I was, to all the establishment people. But he won some conventions by the skin of his butt, but that means that he's in a good position where he's going to get some votes, and he's not an establishment person. But without further ado, thanks for coming out to all the congressional candidates, and Hirsh.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you all for being here today, because you have to understand that I'm running for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District, which is 25% of our state, and it's all of South Jersey. It was the only district that went for Trump by 5 points in New Jersey. Now, New Jersey has been a Democrat stronghold for a very long time, and the reason for that is our leadership has been taken over by fake Republicans. The people that are here are real Republicans. Those that spoke before me, they might not have the same opinions as all of you. I might have a different opinion than everyone, but our tent accepts everyone that agrees that America is the greatest land that has ever been created or ever ruled by the people in the history of this country, in the history of the world. And we must stand for American values. It doesn't matter where you come from as long as you're here to assimilate. It doesn't matter where you come from as long as you want to work hard. It doesn't matter if you come from a wealthy family or a poor family. Here you have the opportunity to work hard and go anywhere you deserve from your own hard work. It shouldn't be handed to you, and it definitely shouldn't be denied you if you're willing to put in the work. And right now the problem is, if you're a business owner, if you're someone who's trying to get into, after graduating from high school, it's so hard to get a job. If you graduate from college, it's so hard to get a job right now. We want New Jersey to be the land that it used to be. Who here knows that musical Hamilton? Everyone heard of Hamilton? Right? What was the way that they always phrased New Jersey inside that musical? Everything's legal in New Jersey. Seth Grossman hit on it earlier. Our motto, liberty and prosperity. It was through liberty that New Jersey became the place that everyone would come to get good paying jobs. But what happens when any place becomes wealthy and becomes good with good paying jobs? What happens is those that manipulate and try to dominate, those with controlling perspectives move in and over time take over. And that's what has happened to New Jersey. We have more than enough conservatives and Republicans in this state to have this be a fully Republican state. But the only way it's gonna happen is you gotta connect the grassroots, you are all the grassroots, to the establishment. If any of you are here today that are interested in making our state go in the right direction, you don't need to be on that side of the table only. You need to either run for office, join a campaign, get educated, Get to know the people in this state and start doing your part, because you don't realize it's not you individually that I'm talking to. It's not one of you. I'm talking to every person you're connected with, because when you put something on your social media, when you go to work, when you go to school, when you talk to your neighbors, the message spreads. And look, everything on TV, everything that's gonna be on the internet is going to be against us, because if money can buy it, corruption will take it over. The reason why the president won, because it was the will of the people. This year, there's a lot of nonsense you're hearing in the news about there being a blue wave. I'm telling you, there is no blue wave. The real question is, are we going to have a red tsunami, or are we going to end the president's train? All right? Because this is the choice you all have to make today. Right now, we're going to retain the White House. We're going to be gaining Senate seats in the U.S. Senate. But we could be losing House seats depending on how many people we get to show up. The Washington Post said that the 2nd Congressional District in South Jersey is a top 3 race in the entire country. It could be the top race in the entire country. The Democrats have already poured in $500,000 just the first quarter of this month. We have to make sure Tom MacArthur wins. We have to make sure that we win South Jersey. If we do not, we will lose the U.S. House, and it will be the end of the Republican agenda, the end of the conservative agenda, and the end of the Trump agenda. That is unacceptable. This is a warning cry. Every one of you, I'm happy you're here today, but you must do your part to make sure you spread the message for our candidates. Because yes, vote in June, but you better get on the train to make sure we win in November, because it's the only way to make sure we push the president's great agenda forward. Now, a little bit of background on me. I was born in Atlantic City, so I'm already a gambler. I grew up in Galloway Township. I went to Egg Harbor Township for high school, and I was the type of student who, when he went home, all he had were video games and books, because my parents came here and they were unsure how to assimilate. I got assimilated through being in high school. I played football, tennis, I was on the diving team, I was on the physics team, the chemistry team. I sang for 13 years in the choir. I was even leading the school musical, Jesus Christ Superstar. After graduating, I went over to NJIT, which is one of our great schools. If you notice, this year it was ranked the best value school in the entire country. I got a degree in engineering, and instead of going over to Silicon Valley, instead of going over to Boston to do R&D, I actually ended up joining my father's company that focused on aviation safety and security. And now today, we do work in missile defense, satellite navigation, electronic warfare, missile defense. We make sure that our borders secure. We make sure that our no one threatens us abroad. We make sure our warfighter has the capability to communicate, and that's the work that I've been doing for the last 10 years. And because I've been in that federal government contracting space, I know where the money gets wasted in DC. Because I could do a job, let's say, for $5, but if I go through another government contractor and I'm a subcontractor, they spend $30 for what I'm asking $5 for. That's where the money gets wasted. That's where America's treasure is being destroyed. You need people that understand how we're getting fleeced. There's more than enough money in DC, there's more than enough money in Trenton to make sure we fund the programs to make our country have the next generation of technology. But you need people that are young, energetic, and focused on fixing and getting rid of the disgusting corruption that has taken hold in this country. We really thought we won in November, but what happened in November was that we just started the fight. The president must have 2 terms. We need to hold the House. We must grow in the Senate so we have 60 votes so we can pass a full, clean repeal and replace, or actually just repeal, of Obamacare. All right? My name is Hirsh Singh. I ran for governor last year. I got 10% of the vote without a single establishment inch of support. This year, we worked very, very hard. I brought together an amazing team to ensure that we fought the establishment. I'm not the establishment candidate, but I am the front-runner Republican in South Jersey. Now, one more thing I just want to add in here. Look what happened in Pennsylvania. We lost because they took a Republican and they made him run as a Democrat against us. be on the lookout, be forewarned. Never vote Democrat and tell everyone you know you have to vote for the Republican nominee in November. Do not take a chance. We cannot lose control. If this happens now, forget about making America great again. It's our opportunity. Do your duty. It's your American duty. Get every single person you know to vote. My name's Hirsh. I'll do my job. If you do your job, we're going to take over our state. Philadelphia will be a one-term governor. We're going to win the assembly seats next year. We're going to take over the state house in 4 years, and watch. We're going to make our state great again. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.